Brad Tolinsky and Laura Whitmore here on Twitch TV from the 2017 NAMM Musical Instrument Convention. And we have with us as our guest here, Mike Martin with one of the classic, great, historic, fantastic synthesizer companies of all time. We've probably all owned a Casio at one point.
I think everyone has.
Yes.
They need to buy a new one.
I once had I had one of the little pocket Casios that I actually used in a band that I played in.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it was sort of like, we would come out on stage and we would just hold up this little thing.
And put a microphone next to the speaker.
Put a microphone next to it and just start. And that's how we would start the show. But Casio's been around for a long time, but it continues to be a major innovator. Mike, tell us what's the latest and greatest here.
Well, at the NAMM show, we've got a new model in our Selviano Grand Hybrid line of digital pianos. Casio, as you were saying, got our start 37 years ago with small, little portable keyboards, and now we have some flagship digital pianos at price points that no one believed Casio could be at in the past, but we're delivering something that is still a value proposition compared to other instruments.
Yes.
So continuing that tradition. So the hybrid digital pianos from Casio are part of a collaboration with C. Bechstein, one of the world's oldest acoustic piano manufacturers. Yep. So this instrument actually has the same action as a C. Bechstein grand piano, that combined with our digital technology that delivers actually 3 European grand piano sounds. Oh, and it's a remarkable experience. We've won several awards. We're even up for a tech award for this product, which is another remarkable thing. So it's been an exciting show so far with the Grand Hybrid, and that's just one of the new things we've got going.
Is this piano, is it like, what does it look like? I mean, is it just the keyboard, or does it?
It looks, it's about the size of a spinet piano. So it's,
yes.
The nice, amazing thing about this is the first time that something that plays like a grand piano could go anywhere. It could fit in a 4x6, practice room. So at a college where someone really needs to develop technique, again, this has the same action as a grand piano. So they could put instruments like this in a practice room, in an apartment, any place you like. It's obviously it's not the size of a grand piano.
Yes.
It's very small.
And it's great because if you need to really practice your your music or playing classical piece or jazz or whatever, you could just put on your headphones and.
Absolutely. So you're not limited. I mean, we have some of our artists, a local musician, in fact, named Steve Weingart, phenomenal jazz musician. He has a Steinway B in his home, but he gets creative at night. His wife works, so he puts on those headphones and does his writing at night on the Grand Hybrid, and so.
Isn't really, to get a great piano sound, isn't that really the acid test for musical technology, is to try to replicate the richness of the complexity?
The complexity. I think
yes.
that's a good word to use, because there's so much happening in the body of the instrument, and when you have instruments with open strings that are all vibrating either independently or sympathetically, and Grand Hybrid has all of these modeling technologies that bring those elements to life. So it's not simply just playing back a recording of a digital piano, not just playing back a sample, but it's all the modeling technology that completes that experience.
Okay, so you have this great piece of technology that can replicate the sound of these great pianos. The question is how do you amplify it?
Oh, great question. So there's actually a 6-speaker, 4-channel speaker system in this. And it's actually somewhat transparent. When you sit down on the instrument, you don't see speakers, aimed at your face. It's all built into the cabinetry. So the combination of the speaker placement and the 4-channel system really makes it transparent to the user, and it helps suspend the disbelief that it's not an acoustic, because it doesn't seem like you're just listening to a nice piano sound through speakers.
Yeah.
The body of this cabinet is part of the system at play here.
Well, that's sort of why I was asking you is what does this thing look like? Because there is something weird when you go to play an acoustic piano and it's just this little keyboard. Like,
Right.
you almost want to have some
substance,
and
yeah.
some
Yeah,
body
in fact, I
to
mean,
it.
that's honestly an issue we have with other parts of our line. I mean, we make one of our other products, a Privia digital piano, is an 88 key, 25-pound instrument. It's something you can carry under your arm. And people say, well, it couldn't possibly feel like a piano because it's only 25 pounds, when the reality is we've engineered a phenomenal action. But you're right, there's a visual part of that perception as well. And one other unique thing we did with Grand Hybrid is it does have a lid that opens at the top, much like the lid on a grand piano. Of course, you're just opening it towards you, so you're projecting more sound out of the instrument. When the lid is open, you can actually see the hammers moving on the left and right hand sides, just like you would see the hammers inside the lid of a grand piano. So although we're not hitting strings, that's another part that you're seeing the same thing visually while you play the instrument as you would on the acoustic equivalent.
Are there any other cool things coming from Casio?
Yes.
That,
so sort of getting back to our heritage, there are also some new Casio portable keyboards.
Okay, that's good.
I think Casio does an honorable thing, really trying to seed the market with young musicians by providing technology and tools that aspire young musicians. So we've got a series of new portable keyboards over at the booth that have a dance music mode that, regardless of your skill level, just by hitting a few keys, you can get some really compelling music going, and you can remix some things just with a few keystrokes. So it's using the keyboard in a very unique kind of way. There's also some app integration there as well that allows you to basically learn any song that you would like to play that might be available as a MIDI file online. You can use the app to make the keys light up on the keyboard. So some great interactive components that help anybody learn how to play music and have fun.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for coming by. Really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure.
It's very cool to always find out what's going on in the great world of Casio. Thanks, Mike.
Absolutely. Thanks for
Okay,
having me.
Appreciate it.